I did a map by Zanebow. It was called like Crazy Cathedral or something like that. Text was in black, and it wasn't very long, but curious. So like, but it made a call back to like, oh, you're visiting a cathedral. So okay, fine enough, fair enough. This time around, what's interesting is I see that this is called Awesome Doom 2 Nostalgia Land. It says looks like you have teleported to the 90s. You should get out of there. Sorry for the hiatus. So that map ID is 9G9QYD8Z, currently sitting in the SNAPMAP review queue with 9 plays and 5 upvotes. Let's take a quick look at that author profile. Zanebow is once again looking blue, bada bee bada bow, and that's blue armor there with that's a very handsome face, by the way. He's played 7 hours and 42 minutes of SnapMap content and made a total of 23 maps and accumulated 17,000 SnapMap points. Currently rocking that 67% upvote rating. So because the last time I felt that the board didn't really put me in it set things up by saying, oh, there's an Italian cathedral, and there really wasn't, and it was kind of short. But anyway, this is probably going to be another short board, but I'm really curious to see how Zanebow is interpreting a teleportation to the 90s. So let's go ahead and check that out in Awesome Doom 2 Nostalgia Land. Okay, jeez. How much damage am I expected to take here? Alright, so anyway, looks like I am wearing the Praetor suit, but given that we're also in this module here, I'm guessing that this is what is meant by 90s, that this is just a classic board. Okay. Which, okay, so a couple things to keep in mind here. Okay, okay. Wow, alright. Well, let's head out here and see what's going on. Nothing. Anything. What am I getting snagged on over here? That's so weird. Man. No music that I can tell. Can I just move ahead? Apparently. Okay, well, how far ahead can I move? Pretty far ahead, as it turns out. Alright, so, oh, I see. So it's basically E1M1. Bigger dudes, apparently. Okay, so. Okay, get some ledge grab going here. Alright, and the teleporter leads me where? Over here. Hey, finally my progress appears to be barred by something. So I notice all the health pickups were at the very beginning of the board. There doesn't seem to be any more. Alright, well, there's the green key card. And, yeah, come on, Fatso. Bring it on up. Come on, bring it on up. Come on. Do. Well, bring it. Bring it, bring it, bring it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, got some ammo and armor pickups here. Oh, I had all these weapons the whole time. Alright, well. Yippee. Okay, so there's my health full. I was pretty much able to skip all the combat at the beginning of the board. Okay, so access appears to be denied. And huh. I bet I broke the board by not doing any of the combat. I'm I'm genuinely thinking that's what happened. Yep. So I think what was supposed to happen here was there was supposed to be a boss fight here, but because I didn't bother fighting anything else in the rest of the board and nothing was forcing me to, I was able to just avert all the combat and just come straight to the boss arena. And now, because the 12 AI limit, then it can't spawn any more dudes. So, and I can't go back to kill them. So, this map is broken. Broke the map. Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. So yeah, it wasn't intentional. You know, I mean, I noticed that it was Zanebow, and then noticed there was a thing where you teleported to the 90s, and, you know, in my head, I hear you teleported to the 90s, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, somebody, you know, tried to do a, you know, cool, it's the 90s thing. Nope, they just did classic. You know, they just did things with the classic set pieces, which, you know, okay, fine. You know, it is what it is. It's a little weird because most people that use the classic set pieces will just front load it and say, you know, well, this is classic Doom, or you know, something like that. They don't tell you that, oh, you're taking a trip to the 90s. Okay, fine. In any case, yeah, I mean, the first set, it was basically E1M1. You know, right up to like one point where it became another thing, and like all the combat is completely skippable. You know, you are not obligated in any way, shape, or form, which is good because, you know, some of the fighting is just a little weird. Now, I discovered later that I had a full weapon wheel, but you know, that's neither here nor there. The point is that all the combat is completely optional, unless of course you were hoping to have a boss battle at the end, because if you don't fight the combat, then the boss battle at the end breaks. So, you know, and, you know, I mean, obviously you're not playing the board as intended. On the other hand, the board wasn't play tested, so, you know, there's a way to break it. So, and to top it all off, they're really, I mean, you know, by and large, I want to say that this sort of borders dangerously close to SNAPMAP territory. This really does kind of feel like, I mean, the only reason I'd say it isn't completely a SNAPMAP is because, you know, clearly they took the time to build the E1M1, you know, out of the separate modules that it takes to build E1M1. So they took the time to do that, you know, so it's not completely slapped together. It's close, though. I mean, it's really hard. Like when you just kind of go, okay, we're just going to take all the health items and just right up at the beginning, so I never have to worry about putting health items anywhere else in the board. That's like, you know, and we're not using the outside area of E1M1 at all, so, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, but you didn't bother blocking the windows, so you can still go out there, you know. It definitely does sort of feel a little slapped together. So anyway, that's Awesome Doom 2 Nostalgia Land by Zanebow, map ID 9G9Q YD8Z. What I feel is a fundamentally broken experience, which even if it was fully working, I don't feel it's offering a whole lot besides just your standard fare. You know, the shoot 'em up stuff. And, you know, had I taken the shoot 'em up part of the board seriously, I think I would have you know, probably had some fun. But like I noticed, you know, once I noticed that, okay, these combats are optional, then you just have to see how far the rabbit hole goes at that point. That's what I do. So, all right.